Welcome to the New Jersey Association for College Admission Counseling College Fair. We're so excited to have you participating in this event. We have some fantastic schools here with us today. Each will have 6 minutes to share more about their institution, but will be around for the entire session to answer questions. My name is Christy, and I will be your facilitator. Before we get started, a few housekeeping items. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. This is just one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to check out the schedule on the website. This presentation is being recorded and will be available at strivescan.com/New Jersey. I'd now like to turn it over to our first presenter, LIM College.
Hello, everyone. Nice to see you today. My name is Connie Labat. I work at LIM College as an admissions counselor. I work with the New Jersey and Pennsylvania territory. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen now. Alrighty. So, where is LIM College located? So we are a small school located in Midtown Manhattan. As you can see here, here's a little bit of a map. We are near Grand Central Station, and if you see on the right side, this is one of our main academic buildings that's home to our student services, academic advising, financial counseling, our student library, as well as student labs and lounges. To your left, you'll also see our second academic building, which is only a quick 12-minute walk away. That's where you'll find most of our student classes, student lounges, computer labs, and studios. We are a business of fashion school, so we do have studios for students who are interested in design. And then over here where you see Found, right in between the two buildings, only a 10-minute walk from the main campus, you'll find our residence halls. We actually recently renovated an old Hilton hotel into our dorm room, so they're super nice. It's totally up to you if you want to live with male or female. Everyone gets their own bathroom. You're more than welcome to have a room with a kitchen. They're super cool dorms. So we are a small school. However, we do have 45 states still represented in our undergrad class of only 1,000 students. We also have 15 international countries represented, and we have an average class size of 13. So if you're interested in a really small, intimate learning setting where your professors will know you by name, you might even know me, your admissions counselor, all 4 years by name, this is definitely the school for you. So what can you study at LIM? As I mentioned, we are a business of fashion school, so we offer these 8 majors. We have fashion media, which is focused on content creation, if you wanted to work in publication or magazines, anything like that. We have fashion merchandising, which is definitely our most popular major. That's where you can learn about buying and selling in retail, import, export, how to create and develop and sell a product. It's pretty all-encompassing. We also have marketing, which is like your standard marketing degree, of course. However, it's heavily dipped into fashion. We have your standard management, as well as international business. And then we have our visual studies major, which is our most creative. You could do things like interior design, graphic design, display setups, pretty much anything that would fall into an art category, you would find in our visual studies major. We also have our newest degree, the business of cannabis, which is actually just federally approved for funding. So now the government will actually pay you to study cannabis. And we teach you about that the same way we teach you how to create, develop, and sell a fashion product, we now do with cannabis. My personal favorite part about LIM is that you will have to experience 3 internships before you graduate. We help you get all 3, we help you obtain all 3. Most of them are in luxury fashion. However, you can get one at Google, you can get one wherever you'd like. We will help you get all 3 by doing things like mock interviews, helping you build your resume, and networking with over 500 partners. So how much does it cost to attend LIM? You could see last year's tuition and fees here. We are a private school. However, of course, we do accept FAFSA. That's the free application for a federal student aid. We do recommend all students apply for this, as 81% of students who do receive some sort of financial aid. And if you see here, you'll see our FAFSA code 007466. So how do you apply to LIM? Well, if you find out that you're interested in fashion and you want to learn the business aspect of it, one of those majors interests you, we are not on the Common App, as we're not a common school. However, you can go to our website and you'll see apply now just about everywhere. And one of the things you will do is send in your high school transcript. It doesn't have to be an official copy, as well as 3 short answer questions instead of an essay. As well as we are SAT optional. We actually only recommend you send in that SAT score if you think it's something that will increase or strengthen your application. In fact, we also do interviews only for early action students and international students. However, if you think an interview, i.e. sitting down with me, talking a little bit about me, about you, getting to know you a bit more, will strengthen your application, you're more than welcome to request an interview as well. And because you all attended this event tonight, there is actually no application fee. Usually it's $40, but if you let me or admissions at LIM College know that you attended this event, you will not have to pay our $40 application fee. We are rolling admissions as well, so if we have any seniors in the room, you're still more than welcome to apply to join us for fall 2022. And that is it. If you guys would like to scan the QR code, you'll get to see ways to visit us, as well as see our social media accounts. We're pretty active on our Instagram specifically. We like to post not just things about LIM College, but things going on in the fashion world. We're posting Q&As with our alumni all the time. We have alumni working at Savage Fenty, working as Beyonce's hairstylists. We had interns at the Met Gala. We love to post pretty much anything fashion related. So if you wanted to stay in the know, definitely give us a follow. But that is it.
Thank you. Next, we will have University of South Florida.
Thank you, Christy, and welcome everyone. Thank you for joining tonight. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Just one moment. All right, so thank you again for joining us. My name is Melissa Clark. I'm an admissions advisor for the University of South Florida, and today I'd like to tell you a little bit more about USF and what we have to offer students interested in the performing arts and visual arts and our application process. So USF is a preeminent research institution. We are located in the heart of Tampa Bay. So we do have 3 different campuses. We have Tampa campus, St. Petersburg campus, Sarasota Manatee campus. Among our 3 campuses, we do have over 50,000 students enrolled and 38,000 being undergraduate. We try to keep our class sizes relatively small, so we have a 21-to-1 student to faculty ratio and an average class size of 33 students. And diversity is very important to us, so we do have over 40% of our students reporting from coming from diverse backgrounds, and they represent all 50 states and territories and over 140 countries. USF has over 1,000 student organizations. We have over 1,000 on-campus events such as concert series, lecture series, and we have art shows on campus as well. So we are an NCAA Division I athletics program. So we have fun and entertaining game day experiences. All of our varsity teams do have their home games on the Tampa campus. However, we do have our football team that does their home games at the Raymond James Stadium, which is where the Tampa Bay Buccaneers play, and they recently won a Super Bowl. So that is a very fun game day experience that's completely free for our students. And we also have a contemporary arts museum right on campus. Our arts museum has excellent cultural opportunities for you to see over 50,000 artworks that are ever changing. And it's a great experience to go and get inspired for free. Our academics, we have over 200 majors and concentrations. We have a Judy Ganschaft Honors College, and we have interdisciplinary research. We are a Tier 1 research institution, so we offer research in all of our disciplines, including the College of the Arts. Study abroad programs are offered to our students at any discipline as well. So we have over 25 different countries that we offer study abroad programs with. And for our out-of-state students, this is going to be coming at an in-state rate. So that is a great opportunity for you to get more global perspective. And specifically for our dance program, if we have any dancers out there, our dance program actually studies in Paris. So you are having that option to go to Paris for a semester and also performing internationally. We have global internships as well as local and national. Since we're in a metropolitan area, we have a strong alumni base in the Tampa Bay area, so you have excellent opportunities for jobs and internships as well. The College of the Arts has 4 different schools. So our School of Music has brass, composition, jazz studies, music education, music studies, percussion, piano, strings, voice, and woodwinds. School of Theater and Dance has dance performance, ballet or modern, dance studies, theater of arts, theater design, and theater performance. We also have architecture, animation and digital modeling, art history, ceramics, drawing, graphic arts, painting, photography, printmaking, sculpture and extended media, studio art, and video. So our housing is located on the Tampa and St. Petersburg campus. However, just keep in mind, most of those majors that I just listed are all on the Tampa campus, except for the graphic design, which is located at St. Pete. But we do have housing at both, and we have different styles of housing, such as traditional suite style, apartment style, where you would get your own room and your own bathroom. The only shared space is a kitchen and living room. We have a Greek village if you're interested in fraternity and sorority life, and living learning communities, which is LLCs. And these are great opportunities for our students if you're interested in living on campus. However, it's not mandatory. Looking at our application process, it is pretty straightforward. So we have our application fully online, either on our website or we do accept the Common App. We will require a $30 application fee or waiver. And we would just need your official high school transcript and your official test scores. So we are not test optional. This is something for the state of Florida that is from the Board of Governors. However, we do require the SAT or the ACT. So I would recommend to take both to see what you test better in. Our admitted student profile is based on 2021. So that ranged from a 4.0 to 4.4, a 1230 to 1370, and an ACT from a 26 to 31. We do admit students above and below this, but these are our averages. Looking at some dates that you might want to keep in mind, from July 1st, that's when our application will open. December 1st would be our priority deadline, and January 1st would be the FAFSA deadline, January 15th being our merit-based scholarship deadline, and February 1st for award spring. Merit-based scholarships are something that we offer to both in-state and out-of-state residents. And please don't feel the need to memorize anything on this page. These are just going to be a brief summary. So we do offer merit-based scholarships ranging from $6,000 to $12,000. We also have $35,000 on average for our tuition, and that does offset the cost when you have a merit-based scholarship. Here's my information again, and I will drop it in the chat, and you can also scan the QR code. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we will have Ramapo College of New Jersey.
Hi, thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Kelly Duran. I am one of the admissions counselors at Ramapo. So getting started, some real quick fact information. So we are a suburban campus. We're located up in northern New Jersey, up in Mahwah. We have about 6,000 students altogether, so we're the smallest four-year public school in New Jersey. Faculty that teach and mentor are 16:1 student to faculty ratio, and there's also no lecture hall courses anywhere on campus, so our average class size is 21. Largest class a student will ever have is going to be 35. And then we are also test optional for all of our undergraduate majors and our 4+1 programs as well. So starting with our School of Contemporary Arts, so really start with the majors. So the big ones are communication arts, which has concentrations in digital filmmaking, digital journalism and writing, global communication media, visual communication design. Our School of Contemporary Arts, which, so in this particular major, so this is our contract major. So this is for students who if you're interested in a ton of different things and you want to be able to combine those together, you can be able to work one-on-one with a faculty member to be able to create your own major, or as I like to normally call it, kind of choose your own adventure. So you work backwards, you have a dream job, be able to take all the classes you want to be able to do to be able to get you to what the dream job is going to be. Next is our music, which has concentrations in music education, music industry, music performance, production, as well as studies. Our theater program, which has concentrations in acting, design, technical theater, directing, stage management, as well as theater studies. And then lastly, our visual arts, which has concentrations in art history, drawing and painting specifically with art therapy, electronic art and animation, photography, sculpture, and then sculpture specifically with art therapy as well too. And then we do have one graduate program that falls into our School of Contemporary Arts, which is our Masters of Fine Arts in Creative Music Technology. So for all of our music students, you can be able to do a 4+1, so you can get your bachelor's and your master's at the same time. There are also internships available, one for all majors, and also all of our students will do at least one internship as well before graduation. 2 is typically the average as well. We normally have about 10,000 different internships posted annually each year. We will typically have about 500 employers visit campus annually each year as well, either at our large career fair or more at smaller events that'll be like more of like a lunch with a CEO type of event. We have about 1,000 internships in New York alone. We're about a 45-minute bus ride away from New York City. And there's also opportunities to do international internships. So now kind of shifting and talking about student involvement. So for intern and study abroad, we have about 500 programs globally. And then we go to all continents, and then altogether we go to about 60 different countries. So they can range anywhere from 1 week to a year-long program. Most popular time students will go is typically the summer, which is typically about a 5-week program. And then there's internships available in about 45 of those countries. For athletics, we have 18 Division III sports teams, as well as competitive sport leagues and intramural sport leagues as well. And then for student activities, so about 150 different student clubs, organizations, Greek life, community service, and leadership programs all together as well. For living on campus, so these are our 3 first-year residence halls: Pine Hall, Mackin Hall, and Bischoff Hall. So there's free laundry, heat, and AC in all of our residence halls. All of our suites have semi-private bathrooms, so there's no communal bathrooms anywhere on campus. Cars are allowed on campus, and housing is also guaranteed all 4 years. We're ranked #1 best college dorms in New Jersey by niche.com, and nationally ranked in the top 2%, so something we're pretty prideful of. And then for admissions, so obviously we'll need your application. So you can either use the Ramapo application, the Coalition app, or the Common App. Common App is hands down the most popular. About 85% of our students will typically apply on the Common App. We'll need your high school transcript, average GPA about a 3.4. We require at least 1 letter of recommendation, but normally recommend students submit at least 2, either from a teacher, counselor, coach, supervisor of your job, really whoever can write you the best letter of recommendation. Possible additional things you'll have to submit depending on what classes you're taking throughout high school. So AP score reports, if you're taking dual enrollment courses, or if you want to be able to apply for our honors program as well, there's an additional essay. And then for deadline, so over on the bottom left, so our early decision deadline is November 1st. Early action, December 15th, which is very important because it's also our priority deadline for nursing and biology, as well as scholarship consideration. And then lastly, regular decision for us is February 1st as well. Otherwise, be able to connect with us, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. We do in-person campus tours Monday through Thursday. We'll be doing an open house in September and October. Obviously, I was still thinking about spring when I was writing. And then also, if we have an interactive page for our prospective students, so ramapo.edu/learn. Otherwise, this is all of my contact information, kind of links to our interactive website, virtual tour, in-person campus tours, and then also our open house as well. So otherwise, thank you so much for joining us, and then I'll drop all my contact information in chat.
Thank you. Next, we will have Columbia College, Chicago.
Perfect. Hi, everyone. Let me go ahead and share my screen. Okay. All right. Hopefully everyone can see this. I am Allison. I'm an admissions counselor here at Columbia College, Chicago. Your specific admissions counselor for New Jersey is named Jasenia. However, I am filling in for her this evening. So a little bit about Columbia College Chicago. We are a liberal arts college, and we're obviously located in downtown Chicago, like our name says, specifically the South Loop neighborhood. This is where all the hustle and bustle is. We're right down the street from the Art Institute, the Bean, Museum Campus, Theater District. We are literally steps away from the 22-mile-long bike trail in front of the lake, which is amazing. So Columbia combines creative and media arts, liberal arts, and business expertise. So through our curriculum, you'll really experience rigorous academics, that hands-on learning that you're looking for, collaboration, and of course, career preparation. So really what makes us uniquely, Columbia is that experiential coursework. So it's really not going to be all gen eds and theory classes your first year. You're really going to dive right into your courses in your major field of study right away, which is really exciting. We offer smaller class sizes and a low faculty to student ratio. So our average class size is going to be around 19 students. So that really gives you that access to your professors. We do have one lecture style classes, which you'll take in your first year. But other than that, all of your classes are going to be around 19 students. They may even be smaller than that once you get into your advanced coursework as you move through your 4 years. So as I mentioned, that small class size really allows for improved faculty access. They're really going to help you develop, group projects, networking with peers, faculty members, and obviously professionals in the field. What sets us apart is our faculty. So our faculty members are actually professionals in their field. So about 50% of our faculty are adjunct. So they're, like I said, working in the field that they teach. So they're artists, they're writers, they're podcast producers, animators, dancers. So that is really a valuable thing to have as a student. So that is really what sets us apart. We're home to around 7,000 students. So we're a mid-sized liberal arts private college. Most of that population is undergraduate. We do have a small graduate population as well. We offer around 60 majors and programs. About 46% of our students identify as people of color, and 33% identify as LGBTQIA, and around 16% of our students are first generation. So that means they're the first in their family to go to college. So a little bit about our clubs and orgs. We have more than 70. So they're ranging from intramural sports to volunteer to affinity groups. We really have something for everybody. And if you're kind of interested in joining one of our student-run publications, we have several. We have Hair Trigger, which is our fiction journal, and the Columbia Chronicle, which is our student newspaper. So lots of ways to get involved. A little bit about estimated costs. So this number reflects the 22-23 school year. So our tuition fees is roughly $31,000. Average room and board, so that is housing and meal plan, is around $18,000. Now, an average financial aid package is going to look a little bit different if you're a freshman versus a transfer. So if you're a freshman student, your average financial aid package is around $25,000, and a transfer student is around $23,000. Just a slight difference there. And your packages will include institutional scholarships, grants, remission and exchange, resident assistant aid, federal work study, student loans. If you're from Illinois, you can, if you qualify, you can expect to see some Illinois grants. So just leaving that up there so you kind of have an idea of our figures. So as I mentioned, we have over 60 majors and programs, and they span fields like visual arts, performing arts, media arts, communication, writing, music and sound, business, and management. So if any of these programs catch your eye, we have a ton of information on our website. So please feel free to visit colum.edu/majors, and you'll be able to find more in-depth information on each of these. And then I just want to point out one thing. You'll notice that we do offer several BFA and BMUS majors as well. So students can apply directly into those. And if you do have questions about that application process, just let us know. We'd be happy to go over that with you. So applying to Colombia, we are rolling admissions. So if you're a senior, we are still accepting applications. We are a Common App school and we have our own application as well. We're holistic. So that means we don't just look at your grades. If you want to provide us with letters of recommendation, resume, writing sample, we would love that. We're test free. We're not even going to ask for your test scores, so don't provide it with us. So that hopefully that takes a little stress off of you. Auditions and portfolio will vary by major. BFA and BMUs do require a portfolio and/or audition, and students are considered for scholarships through their application. So that is merit-based, that is need-based. So if you are eligible to fill out the FAFSA, please do so. And thank you so much for having me this evening. If you do have any questions, here is our admissions email. Feel free to reach out to us. Thanks again.
Thank you. Next, we will have Georgian Court University.
Hi, so thank you for coming this evening. I'm just going to share a little bit about Georgian Court University. We are a Division II university located in Lakewood, New Jersey, down in Ocean County. We're about 10 minutes from the shore. We have 1,700 students approximately, undergraduates, and we have a 60% on-campus population and a 40% commuter population. We even have no application fee to apply to the university, and we have a 13-to-1 size class ratio where students can interact with faculty more openly, and they're known more on a student-professor name basis. We only have one lecture hall for biology and chemistry general class sizes. I'm going to dive right into our visual arts programs. First one here we have is our dance major. You're able to learn under world-class master artists while you're taking courses here. You can choreograph your own works and perform at local venues. There are a variety of career options you could dive into, such as dance instructors, performing artists, studio directors. And there are plenty of opportunities to perform, such as at senior concerts, choreography showcases, ensemble concerts. So you'll have a wide exposure of being able to showcase your dance while taking courses. An audition is required to apply to the dance program. And there's also a dance club, which a lot of students participate in, where they're able to work on their choreography and just dance with other students to learn from each other. Another major that we have is graphic design and multimedia. This is one of our other popular arts majors. Students dive into careers such as graphic design, illustrator, and then a web designer. And we even have students that do internships through graphic design on campus, such as through the athletics department. We also have that students intern at Jersey Mike's, Platinum Supplies, Smashing Graphics Game Studios. And some courses that students take are 3D Animation 1, Video and Sound Editing 1, and Introduction to Design. Furthermore, we have our digital design major, which is geared toward more animation/video production for those who want to pursue that route. And one class, for example, would be computer graphics. Next, we have our art and visual studies major, and this major encompasses a wide variety of areas, such as film, music, art, and photography. So you're able to focus on any of those areas that you wish, because it's a broad major. For this major, some courses are drawing 1, world art, history, and advanced studio. So students are able to showcase their art, they're able to practice their craft, and they're able to present it to the university, as well as taking individualized classes. So we have that available. And we also even have a visual art major, which is more art/studio based. If you want to be like an art teacher or just want to focus more on your art individually, go down that route. Furthermore, regarding our university, our cost is around like $30,000, but we give out a generous amount of merit scholarships up to $19,000. plus financial aid, so it makes it very affordable for students to come. And we're also 10 minutes from the Jersey Shore, so some popular areas are Six Flags or even Jenkinson's Boardwalk, so there's plenty to do around the area. We even have free parking on campus, and we also have 4 residence halls, 1 for honors, and then we have a residence hall for juniors, and then a freshman/transfer residence hall. So most of our students do live on campus that are athletes and internationals as well. In conclusion, those are just some of the majors that we offer at Georgia University: art, visual studies, graphic design, dance, and then even the digital design. Those are just some that we offer, and I will put my contact information down in the chat. And thank you for listening to me, everyone.
Thank you. Next, we will move into our Q&A portion. And if everyone could turn on your video, I will ask the first question. So our first question tonight will be, what's one thing you want students to remember about your school? And if you could answer in the order that you presented. Thank you.
Sure. So one thing I would want students to remember about LIM College would definitely be our events. I think those things kind of culminate every single year. We have a fashion show. We are a fashion school. So I think the annual fashion show at the end of the year, that no matter what major you are, you work on it in some capacity. I would love to think that our students remember that. We also have a magazine publication that also students work on every semester and accumulate at the end of the year for a launch party for that, as well as just a bunch of events throughout the year. I like to think that our college definitely is small, so we like to set up as many events as we're able to, and I'd like to think that they're definitely memorable.
So I'll go ahead and go next. So the University of South Florida, where we're located, is probably one of my favorite things. So we are located in the heart of Tampa. So there's so much to do all the time, whether if you want to go outside and enjoy the warm Florida sunshine, to visit our beaches, our theme parks, or our cultural institutions. We have so many performing arts centers, art galleries, museums, and one of my personal favorites, the Tampa Indie Flea, which allows local artists to display their works every month. So there's so much to do in a metropolitan area, and it's a huge advantage for our students applying for job opportunities and internships as well. And I would also like to add that, as a large public institution, you have those resources. So I think that's really important as well.
I would say the biggest things is, one, there's a lot of opportunity to be able to get involved with both clubs, organizations at Ramapo, and then also internships, working with a faculty advisor as well as a career advisor that every student will have through also our Pathways programs that work with resume interview workshopping skills. But I would say probably really the most important thing is, ultimately, it is your college experience, and we're there to facilitate whatever that experience looks like. Double majors, major and a minor, a study abroad experience, whatever is going to make your college experience ultimately the best college experience, is we're there to be able to really guide you every step of the way. And that's really it.
One thing I always like to mention about Columbia College Chicago is our events. So very similar to what another rep said, but we have a really cool event at the end of the year. And this is our 19th year doing it. It's called Manifest. So it is a end of the year urban arts festival, and it's curated by our students. And it's students' opportunity to showcase the work that they put in the past 4 years, so our graduating seniors, and then it welcomes in the new freshman class. So it's a really, really cool event, and it's finally back in person this year, and it's open to the public. So if you're in town this Friday, we would love to have you.
Something that I want everyone to remember about Georgia University is that we do have artists that come to visit campus and to perform. We even have showcases for art, so students are able to present their works to the student body. For instance, we had the graphic design students and the faculty have a time slot where they can present their art to the students and they're able to talk about their projects. Even for dance, we have showcases where students can perform at various venues outside of campus and even on campus.
Thank you. Our next question. What is one myth you'd like to debunk on the college admissions process?
All right, so I would like to debunk the myth that you have to come to college knowing exactly what you want to study, exactly what you want to major in. At LIM College, we actually don't even have you pick a major until your sophomore year because we're a very niche school. A lot of our majors intertwine, they overlap. We definitely want you to figure out through our professors, through our classes, through our programs, what major is right for you. So we definitely help you take your time to do that. We by no means rush you to make that decision, and we definitely support it. But yeah, I think that's a common myth that you need to know what you want to do in high school, but I don't think that's true.
Wow, that's such a great response because that's what I was going to say. Just that, you can just apply as a general studies major at USF as well. And we would have sub-concentrations so that you can get your feet wet, do the 36 credits, really know what you want to do. And also if you are, specifically in, a dance or dance studies, you can do something else as well. So you don't have to feel like you only can do that. They have a lot of opportunities for you to also dual major and do maybe psychology or something else. And like I said, we are a tier 1 institution, so you could research as well. And you could also research when you're in the College of the Arts. I think that's an awesome opportunity for you too.
My number one biggest myth is test optional means test optional. So does test blind, so does test free. This is not you need to submit your SAT and ACT scores, that we are looking for those. For us, 60% of our students will apply test optional, and we publicize what our average, so around an 1100 to a 1300 on the SAT, around a 24 to a 26 on the ACT. So I tell students, if you fall on those averages, fantastic, or if you're above them, great. If you're below them, I absolutely do not want to see them because they're not going to help your application. Colleges do not get like a commission by College Board or ACT by how many scores we end up getting per year. Ultimately, the reason why we have these policies is to also benefit the student and to be able to have more holistic reviews for them. So truly, if a school says they are test optional, test free, test blind, mean it. And you do not have to feel obligated to submit your test scores, especially if they are not going to help your application.
This is a hard question now because everyone had such good responses before me. I guess one myth I'd like to debunk would be a lot of students think that the college search process starts your junior year. It doesn't have to. You can start earlier. I would encourage you to start a little bit earlier. You don't have to decide freshman year, exactly where you want to go, but start thinking about where you see yourself and really start focusing on your grades throughout, freshman year to senior year. But you don't have to wait till junior year to start. You can start earlier if you want.
Sure. So one myth I would like to debunk is that, like, going off what you said, you don't have to start junior year looking for colleges. You can start early just because you get broad exposure. You can know like what college you want to look for, whether it's somewhere warm, somewhere chilly, or even location if you want to be close to home or far away. And we are also test optional, so we do not require test scores. And that's about it.
Thank you. And our last question for tonight, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process?
Ooh, I would love to say maybe reach out to your admissions counselor. I know when I was going through the college process, I didn't know that was an option. I didn't really pick up the phone or text back or email back an admissions counselor. But looking back, I think that would have helped me a lot. I ended up doing a bunch more research than I think I would have had to do. We're here to help you guys. If you guys wanted to reach out at any point, we're always there. We pretty much know everything about the college. It's our job. So if your parent doesn't know, if you don't have older siblings, you're kind of going through the process blind, I would definitely say reach out to an admissions counselor.
That's a great response. I would also say just apply early if you know where you want to go and you have done the research prior to your junior year and you know that that's the college for you or university for you. Apply early for those early decision deadlines for your best chance of acceptance.
Again, all great responses. I would say stay organized. Create an email address solely dedicated to your college applications and also your external scholarship applications. So that could be like 2 separate emails. And then in that same vein, start applying early for those external scholarships. It's worth doing the research. So really, really take that time to look for those external scholarships.
I would say the big thing, if you have the opportunity, definitely go and visit whatever colleges you're going to be interested in to see if you can be able to fit in with the campus vibe, the community. This is something that's going to be a great fit for you. I would say one of the good things that ended up happening in a more of a post-COVID type of world is also now we have very robust virtual tours, virtual experiences. So you can watch videos, you can see all these pictures. So if you can't also be able to visit a college campus in person, you can at least be able to explore what it looks like online as well. So definitely that's the best way. We can tell you all these wonderful and great things about all of our colleges, but ultimately until you step foot on campus, you may not know if this is going to be a good fit for you or not too.
One piece of advice I would share is to just be involved in your high school, just because colleges like to see that you are active, whether you're in a club or even having a full-time job. It shows that you're taking initiative / staying involved, and even connecting or running in certain positions as a president of the club or even doing a sport. It all helps you stick out in the college admissions process.
Thank you all. And thank you for joining us. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 5-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback you can provide. We encourage you to check the schedule and sign up for more sessions that are happening this week on Tuesday and Wednesday. You'll be able to find this session's recording as well as all of the other session recordings at strivescan.com/New Jersey. Thank you.